Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Shawn Greenway over here with the Business Spotlight of the Week, and I got a special guest today, Sam Carlson with Uphex. What's up, Sam?
How you doing, buddy? I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Good, man. Good, man. Thanks for being here. Just to kind of FYI to everybody out there that's watching this and listening, um, I've got a little bit of a throat problem going on, and so does Sam. So look over that. Just listen to what we're saying, not how we say it, right?
There you go. There you go.
So, Sam, I found you just a few months ago. I believe I come across it was a interview with you and Chase in
Yeah.
Mexico, I believe,
Yeah.
on the
Yep.
video, which was really
Yeah.
cool. And me and my business partner Javier at the time were very intrigued. It was like, what does this guy got going on? And then we kept hearing your name in more places, seeing more videos. You were at the summit as well a few months ago, and we just recently signed up. It was like, we got to jump in. So but I wanted to bring you on to be a special guest because even though a lot of people now have heard of you, I want to continue to you to get exposure and really kind of dig in and let people understand why this is a big deal that someone, and I was just on it before we got on here, why it's such a big deal that you can go into your high level account and see the Facebook ads in there and how important that is. So give us just a bit of background if anybody that doesn't know who you are, and
Yeah.
then we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah. I've been in the agency space for now about 8 years, and Uphex is a product of all of the things in the SMMA world that I hated. Okay, meaning making mistakes on campaigns, just the redundancy in launching them. Oh geez, client, the nature, the exchange that you have with clients, clients think that you're perfect, and so they expect perfection, and just all of the rigmarole, that's what we say, here over here in Boise, Idaho, that it takes to generate leads for your clients. And so, after doing that for so long, we started just asking questions, seeing what could happen. And high level was a big part of us seeing a vision to where we could say, hey, what if we could reinvent? What if we could transform this SMMA model over to a SaaS model? So instead of offering a service where there's people, creating, launching, and managing the ads, what if we could build a software, plug it into high level, and then basically make it so anybody could launch their own ads, even if they didn't have any experience? I've been doing this. I've been launching ads for, like I said, 8 years. If you have my experience, you can go and launch ads. But what if we could do it to where you'd been, looking at Facebook ads for 8 minutes, and then
Yeah,
you click the button and it would work? So that
yeah,
was the idea. But again, my background was dealing with local businesses who wanted to get more customers, and in my case, it was mostly service providers. Okay, they want more customers, they want to grow their business. How can we democratize that function and then provide it at scale? That's what we're doing here.
yeah. Man, I love it because another angle that we've seen, because you brought this to high level, is there's a lot, and we met a lot of people at the summit over the past year that are like, well, what if somebody finds out that our white label is actually high level? Um, and it's a simple answer for, the added value. What's the differentiator? I can't even say that word right. And this allows for now agencies to say, you know what, it's because we offer this as well. Whether people are taking on UpHex as an added value or they're upselling it, whatever you're doing, it makes that difference because you and I both know, Sam, that there's hundreds, if not a couple thousand out there just white labeled uh, GHL, and they got the same thing, right? So what we've seen, like what we're doing, and some of the others I could name today, is that there's a difference. They have those other added things on there that even if you go to their website, you can tell this is not just a stamp or whatever
Yeah.
GHL.
I, I'll throw a little bit of color onto that because I hear that even my own Facebook group or people when they ask me, maybe newer people asking me, hey, is it too late to get in on this? That type of question. And it's only difficult, or it's only too late if you're planning on building a tool that is broad, that is general, that is like, the same thing that everybody else has. But the second that you niche down and then you niche down even further, you're going to come up with something that's so unique that nobody has it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so the idea that there really is endless potential. And we're still in, if this is a football game, we're still in like the first 2 minutes of the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Like we haven't even, I was talking with I think it was Alex Machuca. I think he said, think about this. The high level group is the smallest right now that it will be, meaning it's not going to get any smaller. It's going to only get bigger. Same thing with my Facebook group. Same thing with every Facebook group that is built around this SaaSpreneur model. We're all at this infancy of what it is that we're doing, and we're all creating things as we go, right? And our model, the reason that people are really excited about what Uphex is doing is because the very second a person running a traditional agency sees what we're doing, they're like, whoops, I got to pivot. I mean, I got to change right now. And so timing is everything. There is opportunity based on timing. That is a real thing. But also just the idea that if you want to create your own market, just niche down further. I mean, you can have an entire business on just reverse mortgages, if that's what you were doing, right?
Yeah,
If you're in the mortgage
absolutely.
space, I know that's kind of like your background. You could do it on just one product. Like that's all you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how many loan originators are out there doing reverse mortgages? There's, I don't know how many, several thousand,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
nobody has built a software for just reverse mortgages.
Yeah.
That could be you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And one of the things we all talk about in the community is that it's not like you need 10,000 users to make a good living or beyond. You know, we all know, depending on what your pricing is, 300 to 500 users one day changes your whole world.
Yeah.
Absolutely changes it. And we all know that. And as us recording this on the date we're recording it, I saw an email this morning, Salesforce laying off more people. So there's a lot of opportunities going to happen within the high level community, in my opinion, over this coming year with a lot of the other companies, Salesforce and I won't name all the other ones to give them props, but there's a lot of them that are already scared because Shawn Clark taught me that, and this is how dumb I was to the industry, is that probably was it 90 to 95% of SaaS companies like that are not profitable. They just keep
Mm,
getting that injection of money, hire the sales crew, whatever. So
yeah.
if you do it on a foundational level like all of us are doing it and get the right things in place, get the right add-ons, in our opinion, like an Uphex and all these other things that make it valuable. And we love all of the word sticky. I mean, this is like dang crazy glue when you start
Yeah.
adding on an Uphex and everything.
Well, and I'll talk about sticky for a minute, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
it's really interesting. Like I said, I've been in the agency game for a long time. And when you get in the agency game, okay, if you go back 7, 8 years ago when I was first hearing about this, the way I got into it was a little weird, kind of roundabout way, not the traditional way. But what everybody was saying back then was, hey, get these clients, it's easy. They're gonna pay you $1,500 a month. You just go sit on a beach, it's easy. Well, here's the reality of that sales pitch. It was easy back then to get clients. It was a lot easier.
Yeah.
But because it was a service, this is key. Because it was a service and because it was not a software, the expectation and the exchange that we had with our customers, it was not a like all is, hey, let's go to the beach and hang out. In fact, it was a management and a communication nightmare. Anytime in my own agency we'd get over 20 to 25 customers, the wheels would fall off. Launching campaigns, I mean, with Uphex, you can do that now in like 3 clicks. But before, my partner Jacob would spend all day launching campaigns, and then he'd come back and deal with optimizing campaigns, and then he'd come back and deal with customer complaints, and then he'd come back. So all of these things, when you've got 1 or 2 clients, no big deal. But 20, 30, 40 clients, now it's like herding cats. Okay. So when you talk about attrition, churn, most of that is a product of 2 things. One, when people buy a service from you, their expectations, so psychologically, their expectation is I'm working with a person and that person better be perfect. Okay. The second that you're not perfect is not strike one, it's strike 1 and 2. Okay. And really, that, I mean, it's, if there's 2.5 strikes, it's really that.
Yeah.
And so churning, I think before I was looking, I think High Level reported that the average retention of an SMMA, so for Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever, I think the average retention was like 2 months, maybe not even that. Okay. And I saw some of that in my own agency, and mostly, and not because we weren't good at what we were doing, but because our communication was always reactive, never proactive. That's a
Yeah.
big distinction. Okay. And because what our customers thought we were doing did not align with what was real, what was reality. Okay. Now transition over. Now, I didn't know this was going to happen. This was not a part of the plan. It just happened. We're like, holy crap, look at this. Transition from a service into Facebook ads as a software. So as a tool that my clients themselves, so my clients at the time, and still doctors, they could go in, turn on an ad, and boom, get a flood of leads, just like they always had working with other agencies, but doing it with the software that they did. All of a sudden, our retention quintupled.
Yeah.
Okay. And so instead of keeping people for 2 months, it was like 7, 8, 9, 10 months. Okay. And today we're getting even beyond that. So it's kind of crazy because we didn't change anything. The templates, the ads that we were, and here's the dirty secret. If you're an SMMA person already, then you know this. If you're not, if you're new and you're getting into the Facebook ad space, the dirty secret is this. We all use the same ads. We don't reinvent the wheel. Once we get an ad that works, it's a stupid idea to customize it. We know it works. And then 3, if that's the case, then all it is a cut and paste operation. But we treat it like when you hire media buyers and it takes 72 clicks to set up a lead generation campaign.
Yeah.
So we cut out all of that crap, and we've shifted the expectations so we can start stacking clients on top of clients. It changes the game.
Yeah. And I think too, just the button to where they can turn it on and turn it off when they want to, and the reporting's inside of there, and
Yeah.
if you get them with the follow-up sequences, it is a no-brainer. We're in the process right now as we speak of we got a gym client that we've got set up in there. And so we're seeing the whole process of like, wow, this is amazing, because like you said a minute ago, churn was 2 months normally, 2 to 3 months if you're lucky. Now it's longer, 7, 8, 9, 10 months or longer. Because for us, we look at it like we're going to be able to charge obviously less than what we were charging before for Facebook ads, and it comes with a follow-up system with it. So you talk about the kind of putting the sticky thing together. It's not only sticky, it's almost like crazy glue, because even if they don't use that the ads, maybe they leave it off for a month or two, they're not necessarily going to go away for that price that they're paying, depending on what that is, because they got the system going. And I seen one of your videos last week about that process. The leads were like built up so much, and there was a lot of nurturing going on during a process to where they didn't run those ads, which is perfect. Like, you can't have that if you're just doing ads. If they call and say, you know what, Shawn, we're a little low on the funds this month, let's cut the ads off for this month. I already know that they're not going to ever call back. That's just like the
Right.
the death blow right there. They're out the door. But in the case that I saw in your video, they shut them off for a month, and they're still getting leads and still getting a follow up, and they're like, oh, okay, and they get it, right?
Yeah. It's funny because when you democratize the ads, like the actual lead generation part of it, when you say, hey, boom, here's a tool, click, 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 you got your ads are going. All of a sudden you can start focusing on the, like the good hygiene, the good account hygiene, the good things that you should be doing. Like, good follow-up is important. And the example that you're talking about, we had a client, longtime client, and their ad account got shut down. This is happening all over the place. It just happens, part of the deal. It doesn't matter what you do, if you're perfect to the terms and policies or not. Not terribly difficult to handle, but this person had their ad account shut down for a month, and they would generate on average between, I don't know, something like 55 to 75 appointments. And in the month that they didn't, they did something like 52, right around there, right? And so the normal person would be like, well, how is that possible? It's like, because we have 12 months of a
Mm-hmm.
lead finding pool. So we know that, but our clients, they don't know that. And so the second you can take the focus off, hey, your ads are running, you're getting leads in, awesome. What's next? Let's establish your finding pool and educate them on what is a finding pool. A finding pool is when you get leads, they're in a spectrum. They're in a pool. Some of them
Yep.
are ready now. Some of them won't be ready for, a year from now. The good news is we have this tool that will, place several touch points over whatever time period you decide, and it will nurture those people again over that time frame. And if we teach them and there's so many crazy tools now coming around with whether it's chat stuff, booking bots, all of these things that are coming down the pipe and
Yeah.
improving.
Yeah.
The more we can help plug into the back end of their business, the more we can stay within their business. Okay. And I'll dovetail into that conversation with another thing here real quick, if you don't mind. A lot of when you look at, if you go to my YouTube channel and you look at some of the case studies we've had, or you hear people in our Facebook group talking about some of the results they've had, a lot of our big, I call them trial champs. So people who exceed what the cost of Uphex is during their trial, their 2-week free trial. A lot of them are just posting launch your ads in 45 seconds without going into Facebook Ads Manager and without hiring an agency. That is enough of a hook to get people to like bite
Yeah.
on what it is. And it's really interesting because when you look at what that is, it gives you an offer for your agency right now that's novel, unique, and different. And because of that, people are getting clients easier. But if you, again, you go to my YouTube channel, you attend my Friday meetings, whatever it is, I'm talking about, hey, what do you do in the back? Your niche have needs that are not just ads. What can you do on the back to increase your monthly recurring, to keep people longer, to help them get more results, right? Again, some of these things are having a customer stay 5 times as long gives you opportunities to upsell, cross promote, and just get them results like you wouldn't believe. And if you can do that, you'll watch your agency just start to, again, there's nothing like compounding, one person on top of another. That way, as you're getting new customers every single month, it's not just maintaining the status quo, it's growing every single month. Okay. But you need the
Mm-hmm.
right model. It's all about the model. And so we give you a cool way to acquire customers, a cool way to turn a service into a software, and then boom, build from there.
I like what you said about the offer for agencies being unique or kind of a novelty, because once ideas get going and somebody jumps on a trend, then everybody's putting that out there. Like one of the big ones this past year is, Alex Hermosi's big in all the spaces. Whatever he's doing, everybody jumps on that idea and runs with it. So what you just said, and after we get off this call, we'll talk about it, is the offer situation. I think that's brilliant that we can stand out from all the other ads just from like 3 clicks away or 45 seconds, run this without an agency. And that is important. Like you said, get them in. And then once they get going, then we have time to look at what's the back end needs that they're possibly looking for, because we have a great white label GHL over here, and it's going great. But we hit plateaus, we hit stale spots, we hit like creative block, whatever you want to call it, to go through the sales stuff. But this is a unique way, and especially with the pricing you guys got, um, this is a unique way to get some different ads out there, get a different perspective, get a call, get some new energy, as I like to call it, new energy on the phone, find out. And then as we're learning from that side, we can turn around and it helps us to work on our our white label in itself, because sometimes you just need different perspectives because you get going, like we say, in the trenches. We do this day in, day out. We went this whole last year just grinding to get to the level we're at. This for us is a new energy and a new, like you said, a
Yeah.
new way to get to help people on the back end with their needs. And I'll just be honest with you, we forget about that a lot of times because we get so focused on workflows. Are they using the conversations, the landing pages? What are they using? But we don't think enough on. We're not even finding out what else they might need, and this would give us opportunity for that.
Well, it's interesting because um, everything in your agency, my agency, yours as well, is all about the model that you create. Okay. So the most important part of your agency is just acquiring customers. You got to be able to acquire customers. Okay. And if you're saying the same thing as everybody else, then it becomes a challenge. However, once you acquire a customer, the model doesn't have to become, oh, I acquire customers like this, and that's our business model. Dude, if in my own, now you guys, if I remember right, you guys are pretty good at building websites and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you an example of a website or of a model. Okay. You acquire people with your Facebook ads offer. Okay. You
Hmm.
take them through an initial onboarding and they say, good news, you are qualified for our platinum tier, whatever. And here's what that means. We've noticed that your website is, of this age, lacks these features. Okay. So we're going to give you a year contract to get our Facebook ads for free if you have your website built with us. And here's the things that we include. So you can flip it to where it's like, hey, we're going to build you a better website. It's going to do more than what you are getting right now. You're already paying for a website, so we're going to negate that cost.
Yeah.
You'll pass it on to us, and we'll help save you money, and we'll just give you this ad feature for free.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
now I use that ad feature to get the customer, but I'm using the thing that they have to have because they don't always have to have ads. That's the truth.
Yep.
They do have to have a website. Okay. So I mean, this is just off the top of my head. This is one thing you could do. You could say, well, we're going to build you this thing that and every business, I would imagine that 8 out of 10 businesses neglect their website. Okay. And probably more like 9. You would know more than I would. But from my own anecdotal experience, their websites usually suck or they're not up to date on the latest and greatest. So you just say, hey, let's upgrade you to a smart site. That includes free Facebook ads this year. And it's this cost. It's a year-long contract. Boom. Now you got a year-long contract and your valuation for your business is more. So
Yeah.
it's all about the model. The only limits you have are just your own creativity. And some of
Absolutely.
the things are just like, well, what are we good at? Are
Yeah.
we good at SEO? Are we good at like automating reviews? Are we good? Whatever it is, what are you good at? And what does our niche need too? Because that's a two-way conversation,
I
right?
like that. Wrapping a package, just so you know, guys, anybody that's listening and watching, I've been writing notes since he's been talking. You
Awesome.
and I've seen just probably about all your videos, but man, just those little nuggets you just threw in there. Like when I get off, I get with my business partner, the offer situation. I love that where tied into a monthly package, doing it somewhat like that, because we're so used to, like a lot of people out there, we're so used to that monthly 197, 297, or 497, and we sometimes lose sight of like, hey, what if somebody paid X amount for a website, and oh, by the way, you get 1 year of your high level and a year of the Facebook ads. That's good right there. I needed to hear that today, Sam. I appreciate that. We're kind of out of time today, but man, thanks for being on here. I want to get you on again here pretty soon.
Yeah.
We continue to get more and more guests on here. Anybody that's listening or watching, make sure to check out the link somewhere on our site. We've got a link in there for Uphex. These guys are amazing. We just have signed up, I think, just this past month. My business partner, Javier, we've already got, I think, a couple of clients rocking and rolling. And I'm not a techie guy at all, Sam, but when I went in there and saw the Uphex side within side of the our white label, I was amazed where it was click, click. Okay, change text needed, change the picture, whatever, pick the radius. Boom. Are you kidding me? Because
Yeah.
I have a hard time going and logging into a Facebook ad account because I stay out of that stuff in the agency part because I'm just not that good at it. But now I can just go down and into there and I can actually then now go and teach one of our clients if I need to and have a conversation with them. Like you were saying earlier about back end needs, not just back end needs, but there's a lot of people I think that don't know that it's good to have just engagement and conversation with some of your monthly SaaS clients. Like
Yeah.
if they're if you got the Uphex going, I could easily call up someone and say, "Hey, I just wanted to have a quick call with you. I wanted to go over what you're doing with your ads." And then I can easily see it right there on the monitor. So that's amazing, Sam. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Sam.
Yeah.
And I want you to come back soon and we'll talk more. Guys, stay tuned for the next business spotlight of the week. Go kill it as always. See you guys.